This year we booked a 7 a.m. flight out of Charlotte that went direct to Old San Juan. We arrived very early, got through TSA, and had plenty of time for a coffee and a scone at Starbucks. In Puerto Rico, we stayed in Dorado at the Vieques oceanfront rental, and that's a view of the front and a view of the back of the building. This is their manager, Edgar. He usually meets the rental customers at the Walgreens drugstore. We stayed on the first floor, and here we have a view looking towards the ocean and another view looking towards the street of the living area. Right off of the living area we had a kitchen that also looked out on the ocean. Our bathroom was right in between the two bedrooms, and our bedroom was on the ocean side, and here you can see our bedroom with the view of the ocean. And there was a second bedroom on the street side. Here's a view of that second bedroom. The Vieques were staying upstairs, and here's a view of the Vieques living area on the second floor and a view of their kitchen. Now, they also had a rental unit when there was extra guests or for if you had a larger group down in the basement. And this is a view of the rental area in the basement. And they had a stairway down the ocean. Here's a view down at the beach. In the morning we would sit out on the deck and have coffee, and early in the week we would see cruise ships on their way into Old San Juan. And sometimes in the evening we could look out and see the same cruise ships leaving Old San Juan. On most of the mornings we did manage to get in a 20-mile bicycle ride. Here we have a map of our route, which we took the back streets through town, and then it went along the ocean. And here we are about ready to leave, and next we have a view. You can see the bike lane, and we're taking a little break along the ocean. And next we have a view of the bike lane as we approach Dorado on our way back. Here we have a view of very colorful murals that were painted on the walls just near the Grande Market. Downtown Dorado is just 2.5 miles from the Vieques. In fact, you can walk there in probably 45 minutes. Here we have a view of some of the colorful banners that they have along the street. And next, the Walgreens drugstore, where rental customers usually meet Edgar. If you think you're good at parking, just look at this rental car lot in Dorado. When you see the helicopter on top of the house, you know you're at a place where Al and Diana's TV guy lives. And here's a picture of the TV man and his wife. In the afternoon, we often went for a walk on the beach near the Dorado Hotel. And on one of those walks, we saw a rainbow off in the distance. Here we are with the manager of the Trattoria restaurant right near the Grande Market. We had a very nice meal there. Freelance coconut pickers come along periodically and clear out the trees for you. Here's a view at the Surfer Beach when we're on one of our evening walks. And that same evening we had a group of horseback riders from a local club ride right by the Vieques. On our trip to Old San Juan, we drove to Kikita to catch the ferry boat. And here's the map of the drive to the ferry boat, and Nancy and Diana waiting for the ferry boat. This is the ferry boat as it approaches the dock, and you can see El Morro Fort in the background. The ferry boat dock is right next to where the cruise ships also dock in Old San Juan, the narrow streets of Old San Juan. And they have trolley cars that you can pick up anywhere along the route and ride for free. Old San Juan has two forts. This one is San Cristobal. Both forts are on the ocean, so there's great views of the ocean. They both have long, narrow, dark passageways inside the fort. This fort is the larger of the two. It has 27 acres. And here you see some of the narrow passageways that the soldiers would go through. And here we are sitting on the wall with Old San Juan in the background. After the fort, it was on to shopping at the coach store, of course. Oh, Diana and Nancy at the coach store. We also found a very nice store for Haitian artists, a sort of an outlet store where we found a very reasonably priced print. Next, we have a couple of parks in Old San Juan, the second being the Pigeon Park, and here we have a painter in the foreground making his painting of the Pigeon Park. Here we have several hundred Harley-Davidson motorcycles on a rally in Old San Juan. And on our way back, in Catano near the ferry boat, a statue, and of course our stop at Bacardi's to have a few free drinks. On Thursday, we made a ferry boat trip to the island Vieques. Now, this is a trip that you would want to make during the week and not on the weekends. It's about a 1-hour ferry boat ride. Here's the ferry boat. And as you're leaving the ferry boat pier, a great view of the Conquistador Hotel, well-known place. And here arriving at Vieques, the ferry boat arriving at the dock there. The port city at Vieques is Isabela II. Here we have a view of some of the streets in Isabela II. But no trip to Vieques would be complete without a trip to Esperanza, which can be reached by taxi. And Esperanza has beautiful beaches and crystal clear water if you like snorkeling. And of course, while you're at Esperanza, you just have to stop at the Bananas Bar. And coming up here, we have a picture at the Bananas Bar. And out in front, they have a little sign in which you can have a photo op. Nancy and I sharing a drink at the Bananas Bar. And Vieques is known for horses also, and people on horseback, and they also have horses that you might just see loose. They're not really wild horses, but from time to time seen on the roads. And then, of course, you have to have a stop at Al's Bar before you leave. On Friday, we made a car trip to the city of Ponce, which is on the southern side of the island. Here you can see the route that we took to get to Ponce. When you go over the mountains, you'll pass through a rainforest area. There's some beautiful views at the top. And here's a waterfall that we could see right from the edge of the road. One of the attractions in Ponce is the Red Fire Station, so that's a place you won't want to miss. There were also a lot of great murals that we had a chance to take a look at. And of course, no trip would be complete without a trip to Gloria's restaurant. And that's just a quarter-mile walk from the Fiorinis, as you can see in this map. And here we are at Gloria's, sitting out in front. And here we have a photo with Nancy and I, and Al with Gloria. And here we have Gloria's husband Frankie with Nancy, Diana, and Al. Here we have Frankie and a friend on the guitar, and they were singing songs. And we finish off with a shot of one of the local surfers that we took at the surfer beach. And that's all for this year.